Yo guys, welcome to the Zelda fiction. Today we are gonna see, what if Naruto was the pirate lord and got harem? Part 2. If you end up liking this video, please consider subscribe, so without further ado, let's get into the video. Naruto carries Shirley to her room, kicks open the door, and soon enough both enter the room. Shirley is blushing as Naruto is groping her captain. Said Shirley as Naruto says my sweet shark. Shirley blushes as he closes the door and puts up the seals, so no one can hear them doing it. Shirley says Captain, are you sure you want this? As Naruto says, and must you always act like this is the first time? Shirley says, well, I am still a little surprised that you wanted to be with me. As she blushing badly. Then Naruto puts her on the bed and says, oh you sexy shark. You are beautiful and a wonderful woman. So that is no surprise that I wanted you to be one of my girls. As Shirley blushes more. But later into the day. Naruto leaves as he waves his two ladies goodbye. For now, Naruto is dressed and heads out as he is feeling hungry. Naruto looks for something to eat, which everything looks amazing to eat at a restaurant, and when he enters they welcome him and he is given a table and soon enough he orders his food. That's when he gets someone to sit at his table. Naruto looks up and sees Hachi and Naruto says Hachi. He gets up and hugs his friend as Hachi, a fishman of 6 arms, hugs back as he says it's good to see you Naruto, how are you? Both end the hug. Naruto answers Hachi, oh things been doing great even though you decide to leave us for. What was it again? Takoyaki. Hachi says yeah sorry, but it was my dream Naruto. And Naruto waves it off, it is fine my friend. You're following your dream and I want my friends and crew to be happy either on sea or land. As Hachi says thanks, and don't think I haven't heard what you and the crew have been up to. I might be a man of takoyaki now, but I'm still a man of the sea at heart. Naruto chuckles, yeah I hear you like Rayleigh sensei as well as Shaki. How are they? Hachi says same as always, well not long that he decided to sell himself to be a slave because he didn't have any money. Naruto laughs, let me guess. He freed the others and was going to rob the ones who bought him, along with the money from the actuation house. Hachi says the freeing part yes, but not the freeing slaves. He just hands one of them the keys after getting his money only to use it all on booze. Naruto laughs, that is so like sensei. With Hachi nodding to that, and also how's your love life Hachi? Has anyone caught your eye? Said Naruto, and Hachi said yes my friend Kami, we are going slow. As he was blushing. Naruto smiles as he says well make sure you put a ring on her or else someone will steal her from you. Naruto is not going to do it as he respects Hachi and wants his friend to be happy. Hachi nods, I know man, but people know I am a friend of yours, so that kinda scares them. Naruto says well don't you have a frame of me as you using my wanted poster? Hachi laughs, I have a picture of you and me on the ship sitting on barrels and one of the crew took it. Naruto says oh right I remember that day. I was still greenhorn. Hachi smiles, yeah, and it was when you were learning from Rayleigh at the time and our old captain before he died 6 months later. You took over and have done wonderfully. Naruto says with a deadpan look on him, well it's not like I had a choice as you guys right away picked me and to be honest, I didn't know what I was doing in my first days as captain. Hachi says yes, but you made mistakes and learned what you were doing. You got better well except maybe making that bet with the sea witch, but other than that you got better. Naruto drops his head, oh don't you remind me about that. How was I able to beat her beyond even me? Hachi laughs, the luck of the devil man. You were able to clean out many casinos with that luck. Naruto smirks, true, now then, since I'm taking a vacation, why not I see your place of work and met this lucky girl of yours? Hachi says after lunch as I am on break. As he said that, Naruto's food arrived and placed in front of him. Naruto nods and politely eats his food. Afterward, Naruto walks with Hachi as they make their way to Hachi's place of work. When Naruto sees it he says well you choose a good shop man. Good choice as he looks at it as he sees Hachi's face on the sign. I take it, you didn't want to use some mascot? Naruto asks. Yeah I didn't as it would be too much work for that to happen. Plus what would I even use anyway? Said Hachi. Naruto says millimeters, fair enough as it is true, what would Hachi use for a mascot anyway? Since they are fishermen and mermaids after all. Naruto forgets it as he follows Hachi to his place and once inside. The place looks wonderful with good seating and other things, and then Naruto sees her, Hachi's love. The woman with a pink mermaid tail with a bubble ring with a black shirt as she has green hair as she says just on time Hachi. Hachi smiles and says I brought a guest. She sees Naruto as the woman, this is him. The infamous captain of the Black Pearl. Naruto says Hachi you sly dog. You picked a wonderful woman. Hachi smiles as the green hair woman blushing she starts stuttering what I. Naruto chuckles and says I am Naruto and you must be Kami. Hachi has told me about you in the letters with Kami blushing badly like what? That you are a kind soul with a wonderful heart. Hachi is my friend and I want him to be happy. Says Naruto with Kami says ooh Hachi. She goes to him and hugs him. Hachi smiles and hugs her back. Naruto says now then, give me the best you guys have as I have room for dessert. Hachi smiles, and they get to work as Naruto sits. Later the night. Naruto is on his ship relaxing as he says man that was good. Then Samui, Nami, Robin, and Boa come aboard as they have so many bags. Did you girls enjoy shopping? Asked Naruto as Nami said we got a lot of new clothes with a smile. Naruto chuckles that is good to hear as you four like new clothes. They nod as they lay down as they are tired from shopping. Naruto smiles and says I saw Hachi today. And Boa says how is he? Naruto says he is good and has a girlfriend. They are shocked. Wait really? Naruto nods. Yeah, you remember the letters he sent. Well in those he mentioned Kami and he told me today they are going slow. Nami says good for him. Naruto nods. Yeah, agreed. As he says well I don't know about you girls, I'm going catch some ZS. You're not the only one captain, said Samui as she and the others cuddle onto him. Naruto chuckles as they all fall asleep. The next day. Naruto is relaxing on the ship with his 4 girls as the others are at Uzushio. As they enjoy their stay at Fisherman's Island, that is until the ship gets rocky. The ship slowly starts to stabilize and they see Shirahashi with Odoheim. Naruto says hello Odoheim and Shirahashi. As Shirahashi Naruto. Hi as Odoheim says hello Naruto and sorry for rocky greetings. It is fine I am used to it when you sail in rough seas. Said Naruto. Odoheim nods to that as Shirahashi says say Naruto can I spend the day with you? Naruto says well I had nothing planned today. As I saw Shirley and Hachi yesterday, so why not as Shirahashi says oh wonderful. As she picks up an Odoheim is on the ship as Nami says so where are they going? As Shirahashi leaves as she has Naruto on her hand. Robin says to catch up remember Naruto is like a brother and she does not see him much. Robin says I'm still in awe that the princess doesn't love Naruto more than a brother, I guess that's what we get for assuming. But the duo. Naruto is relaxing as he wonders where they are heading. Shirahashi keeps swimming and the only reason Naruto can breathe underwater is a seal letting him breathe underwater as above the town which everyone notices due to the princess's shadow and her size. Shirahashi where are we going? As Shirahashi says oh, we going over toward a spot I always wanted to go the shark's birthing fields. Naruto blinks why? Shirahashi says well, I read that there's a chance for a rare color shark to be born. Naruto blinks how rare? The pink skin kind, said Shirahashi as Naruto was thinking wait there's a pink shark. They get closer and soon enough. They see sharks are being born as Shirahashi has stars in her eyes as she thinking this is beautiful. Naruto is looking around as he sees one pale one, but no pink one as he looks around. Naruto thinks where is it? As he now wants to see this rare pink shark. As every kind of shark is being born and hitting the 1 hour mark and finally, they see a shark with pink skin is born. Naruto smiles knowing he will tell his girls as Shirahashi says oh I would like to take it home with me, but I can't, it needs its mother. Naruto says yeah the baby does need its mother. Besides I would have smacked your head if you do such a thing anyway. Shirahashi nods as she remembers the last time she did something that got herself facing Naruto's wrath and it sucks to have her brother angry at her. With that, both head back. Naruto has a picture of the shark as he's going to find that shark at a later time. Not to steal it mind you to look at it again at a full grown, they reach the pearl. Naruto is carried by Shirahashi. Naruto hopes back onto the ship I have to say that was a wonderful trip and Shirahashi says thank you for coming Naruto. You're welcome. Naruto said as she says that she will come again soon. Naruto says I am only here for 6 more days after that the crew and I have to shove off. Shirahashi nods as she heads home with her mother. Naruto relaxes. Man that was a good trip. Said Naruto then he feels a pair of arms on him. Naruto turns to see his girls as Naruto says hello he smiles. They smile and ask so how was it? Naruto explains what they did as well as what they found. Naruto even shows the picture of the pink shark and all of them are awed. I know right. I took a picture. Said Naruto as the others nod. Nami says, and you didn't bring it with you why? It is a baby Nami dear and the shark belongs in the sea. Naruto said giving her a deadpan look along with everyone else as Nami says I'm sorry Naruto sighs, I know you like money, but I am not selling anyone or any animal on the black market. Nami has her fingers together as she says I was thinking of a show than selling. Naruto then says not happening as Nami is feeling ashamed. Naruto pats her head trust me Nami we will find something says Naruto and Nami nods. 2 days later. Naruto is looking at his maps as he knows where one of his targets is as he's planning when it's about time to go. Naruto sighs as he loves his adventures on the seas. They are a whole lot of fun. Naruto placed down the map as he looked out the window. Naruto smiles and says I miss you, mom. I wish you were here. Hachi slams open the door as he says Naruto. Naruto gets surprised and asks what is it Hachi? Hachi holds up a newspaper and he sees a page with a photo of Naruto and the date shows that does make sense. As the day was back when Naruto was at the land of spring, yet the newspaper is saying that Naruto, Black Fox, had attacked and killed the leader of an unknown village that's near the land of stone. Okay, that is not me, I was at the land of springs. Naruto growls. Hachi, it seems I need to cut my vacation short to find this copy fox. As Hachi nods, I will let the princess know as well, the king and queen, as why you had to go. Naruto nods and orders the crew and even says by a report that Sapphire says he was in spring helping me, so this is a fake. Naruto growls and the crew gets ready as he's in the front with a look of anger and determination. As he's going to find this fake and rip him into pieces. 4 days later. They are approaching a ship and it looks badly damaged, like it looks like it went through a battle. Naruto orders his men to get beside it and check for survivors. They find 5 and are brought aboard. One of them says, "What happened, mate? Who did this to you and your crew?" As the man had awakened and the tired voice says, It was the Black Fox himself." Naruto Uzumaki and passes out and Naruto is angrier than before. Naruto roars into the air, "That funker," said Naruto as the crewmen took the survivors to the sickbay. As Nami says, "Captain, by the look of the ship, it seems was, at least, 2 days ago, which means." Naruto says, "We can catch him, as the Black Pearl, fastest ship of all 7 seas, after all, move out." He orders the crew shouts, "Aye, Captain." Naruto says, "I will find you, faker, and parade you around tied to a pike or with your head on a pike." As the Black Pearl moves with the air as it is picking fast. 2 days later. There is a battle going on between 2 ships and the captains are even fighting in a sword fight. And not far behind them, the Black Pearl, as Naruto says, "Found you." One of the attacking crew sees the ship and the fog and shouts, "It's the Black Pearl." Wait. Then the one we are standing on isn't the Black Pearl. Then they see the cannon shooting at the fake, hitting it, and someone shouts, "Where are you, copy fox? You dare try to use a pirate lord's reputation as your own?" As everyone sees someone jumping high in the air. Then lands on the ship that is under attack and it scares that ship's crew. Naruto looks around, then he sees the man, the faker that is using his name. Naruto runs up and tackles him while punching him in the face. To Naruto's surprise, the faker's face is the real deal and he says, "Wait, you're not wearing a mask, who the funk are you?" Naruto says, "Easy. Your end." He kicks Naruto away. Naruto gets back up and they fight as the captain gets away to help his crew, as the crew of the Black Pearl help to fight the fake Black Pearl's crew. Naruto says, "Who the funk are you then? You look like me, but there's no way you're me." Naruto growls, "No, you're the fake." As both have their fists collide with each other. Naruto pushes him back and he slams against the wall and has 2 swords at Naruto's neck. "Tell me who the funk you are and confess to the crew," orders Naruto as he also has his feet at the fake's chest, as the faker says, "You want to know?" Naruto says, "Tell them and me now." The faker laughs, "That's just it. I'm you. Well, not from this world," as Naruto notices a wicked look in his eyes. "Then tell me how to send your ass back." As Naruto laughs at that as he says, "Send me? No one sent me. I come here on my own accord." He laughs more as Naruto notices red chakra begin forming on the faker as he says, "And also who I am? Since my name isn't fish cake. It's Menma." Naruto then grabs him and binds him in chakra chains, making Menma's eyes widen in shock as he says, "So you have their curse chains too? Just like that bitch." Naruto has gold energy coming off him and Menma is feeling even fearful and Naruto says, "But unlike you, I am friends with my tailed beast. And I have full control," as Menma drops the fear look on him and says, "Friends? Funk that shit." As he somehow overpowers the chains on him, but he just surprised Naruto and breaks him as his body begins to change as his skin begins coming off of himself. Naruto moves away as he thinks, "So this what I would become, huh?" As he sees Menma becoming a gigantic black-furred fox. And it lets out a fierce roar. But then Naruto says, "Yes, so what?" The chains come back and pin Menma down and he founds that can't break them like he did as Naruto says, "Don't bother, I made them strong enough to you down even you're like this, and also who is this bitch you're on about?" The black fur fox growls, then QB in Naruto's mind speaks, "I think he means his mother." Naruto's eyes widen on that, his mother, well, a version of her is alive. Naruto then slugs Menma in QB form, hurting him and shocking him as he says, "The funk is wrong with you." Menma growls and Naruto then slams his hand down on him, then seal marks appear and start going over Menma's body. But Menma smirks and Naruto says, "What?" As he gets sucker punched by something and Naruto forces him to move away from Menma before he could finish up as Naruto sees, well, a masked figure, but a hand of energy appears and smashes the puppet and Naruto keeps going with the energy arms fighting the puppets. Naruto rubs his face on the spot that he got hit as he says, "Well, this got more anger, so no more holding back." Naruto fires chains into the seal and Menma screams as it is working faster than before as Naruto is pouring chakra onto it through the chains. Menma roars in rage as Naruto says, "No, so tough." He forgets about the masked future as it is about to hit Naruto again, but Boa Hancock kicks the puppet as it turns into stone and falls, thus destroying it. Boa says don't think you can hit the captain again you a damn thing. Naruto keeps pushing and Boa is dealing with the other puppets, then Robin helps as well. Naruto says time to end your short reign Menma as I am the true pirate lord. As his eyes are glowing with chakra, but Menma says take your funking title. As I just want to kill you. He has his gigantic claw move toward Naruto. But as the claw got closer it turned into a human hand shocking Menma as the seal was doing its job as he said no. Naruto keeps going as his girls are dealing with the puppets as Naruto says, I don't know what you will get from killing, but you're shit out of luck. Menma roars in anger as the chains are holding him tightly and he has returned to human form as the beast is sealed away and he can't free his QB as he says you funking bastard. He is trying to summon the chakra but can't. Naruto says I sealed your QB's chakra away for the rest of your life. Menma is glaring at Naruto with rage in his eyes. Naruto's crew then chains him up with new chains as the crew of the attacked ship is being helped with medical and the captain comes up to Naruto thank you for your help Black Fox. I didn't believe he was the Black Fox. As Naruto says no problem. Now if you don't mind, we are taking this guy with us and decide what to do with him. The captain nods as the fake crew are on their damaged ship and Naruto summons the Kraken which takes the ship and the crew and drags them to their death. Expect for Menma. Naruto has him chained to the mast and they head back to Uchiha as Menma isn't being quiet as he thrashing around as he says when I break free, I will funking kill you you're funking blonde. Boa then turns him to stone cutting of his rant that shuts him up. We need to figure out what to do. Naruto says better yet how did he get here? They reach Yuzu 2 days later. Menma is no longer stone and is thrown into a cage. Menma is roaring with anger as Naruto is looking for something of how to send the funk back, but he can't help but wonder. If he didn't live the way he's in, would he be full of hate like Menma? Naruto keeps looking for answers and then he finds it. Which is by asking the guy himself. Alright, you funker, what did you use to arrive in my world, said Naruto as he stood in front of Menma. Menma does not say anything, Naruto then says fine then I will just rip out your QB, thus killing you, and I will find a way to kill him. Menma just laughs at that, as if. Do you have a way to undo a Reaper death seal? Naruto smiled sweetly and said, I don't need the key when I have something far more powerful. Menma oh. And what's that? Naruto pulls out a mask and it makes Menma sweat as it is the Shinigami's mask the being that had a part in making the seal himself. Menma laughs as he says are you an idiot? You do know it only takes the souls of the person who caused the seal right? It's not going to unlock my seal. If anything it's going to release the souls that it had eaten. Naruto laughs then goes over to a shrine and places the mask down and cuts his hand, letting his blood flow, and then an aura of death appears scaring Menma, then a clone appears and puts on the mask, and the Shinigami appears and turns to see Naruto bowing tell me why is someone from another dimension with the QP here? I don't know but I want him gone to his dimension. I have sealed the beast away along with his chakra, said Naruto. The Shinigami looks at Menma who tries to get away, but can't and says I can fix the seal and help you get him back to his world. Menma says no. I ain't going back. Naruto says I don't think you have a choice, Menma. As there can't be two QBs running around here and the same goes for you and me, the Shinigami nods and Naruto sets up the seal, as Shinigami describes to him as Shinigami says now, I want something in return. The mask I took to keep the people from using it for their evil plans. Take it I don't need it or want it I used it for an emergency. Said Naruto then Naruto adds plus it will keep Kami from complaining about him and me being in the same universe. Shinigami says good point. Naruto nods, Naruto activates the seal, a portal opens and someone is coming out. Naruto sees a woman and a man, Menma is trying to get out and Naruto sees Minato and Kushina and he says I have your son. And he points to the chained up Menma, Kushina says thank you Is it Menma your name here? As she knows they are in another world. Naruto shakes his head no, I am Naruto Uzumaki in this world. I will say Menma is lucky that both of you are still around as my father did when I was born and mom was murdered when I was about 5. As Kushina couldn't help but hug Naruto. Naruto smiles and hugs Kushina and after the hug breaks Naruto says I also sealed his chakra up cause I don't want him coming back here again. Kushina nods then whispers something in his ear but then Kushina shakes her head as she says but never forget that family is more important than some dirty old treasure. I know but my crew is my family plus I am trying to fix my Uchiha up. But thank you for the hint. Said Naruto as Kushina nods and with Minato they take Menma back to their world. As Kushina about to go but gives Naruto another hug as she says this is for my other self. Naruto nods thank you and I hope I see my mom on the other side when it is time for me to go, but after I'm planning on giving her many grandkids. As Kushina that's good to hear and I know she would have spoiled the hell out of them well I have to go and Naruto. Live well okay. Naruto says live a long life full of a loving family and full of adventure. Naruto smiles along with Kushina as she says that's right. By Naruto she goes through the portal after they went through the portal closes and Shinigami takes the mask and goes. Naruto comes out sighing as he heads to his home. Upon arriving there, Naruto just hits the bed. Then Boa is there and asks are you okay Naruto? As Naruto says just tired I would like to be myself for a bit Boa. Boa nods but kisses his forehead remember we are here for you. She then heads out of the room as Naruto just went to sleep shortly after. The next day. Naruto is looking around to find the treasure as he makes sure that he doesn't step on any traps. Naruto found a tunnel and is going down it as he has the Uzumaki weapon he just needs the treasures and the techniques. Naruto turned to the corner and right there he found it. He sees a room full of treasure along with techniques and Naruto finds the big scroll labeled treasure as it will go into his treasure vault but he stops as he says hold a moment he grabs a large rock and tosses it toward the scroll. As it flies in the air. And it all happened in a flash and the rock is now too. Naruto then pulls out the Uzumaki family weapon, a katana and one he got from Mifune. As he says I have to time it right or else I will be like that rock. Naruto walks up then when the blade comes Naruto cuts through the blade and the blade pieces fall onto the floor and it pieced though it like it was butter as Naruto says funk, that's sharp. With his eyes widened. Naruto then sheaths the swords and grabs the scroll and opens it and it sucks the treasure into the scroll. And like that, he heads on back. After sealing the technique along with the books on sealing into a scroll and Naruto heads home and opens his vault and puts the treasure scroll while getting more treasure out of the vault and walks out after sealing that treasure away. He walks up to Tazuna who is looking over the plans. Then a large bag is placed onto the plans. Payment or the first part to help rebuild Yuzu. And Tazuna says where do you? The Uzumaki family fortune, I have found it. Said Naruto, Tazuna nods very well, I will get a team together and we will start as soon as we can. Naruto nods thank you. Naruto heads to his house. A week later. Naruto is on the high seas with the crew with Boa, Robin, Nami and Samui are worried about it. Mabui comes up to him and asks him if he's alright. Naruto says I don't know. He sighs and Mabui says you've been like this for a while now if you don't feel like talking, I won't push until you feel like it, alright. It is just it hit hard. I could have turned out just like Menma, Mabui. Said Naruto and Mabui well, from what I heard, he's some piece of work. Yeah, but I got the feeling he went after the other Biju containers like him. He wanted my QP said Naruto Mabui nods I see. Did he say why? Naruto says no just that he Naruto nods yeah also I have gotten word of a Jashinist with a ragdoll looking man heading towards Lightning Country. Mabui says they sound familiar. The undead duo of the Akatsuki. Said Boa as she came up to them, Naruto asked what makes them undead anyway. Samui says well, one of them is a priest of some dark god that give him immortality and he can't die even if you cut off his head and the other no clue. The other has 5 hearts and I know we need to help Lightning as I think a member of the civilian council gave up one to save their skin, says Robin as she had read up on this one. Naruto nods at a course to Lightning. Meanwhile at the land of Lightning. The two-tailed container is fighting for her life as she holds off her attackers, which are no other than the zombie duo. She is hoping help will come to her soon. Many days later. The woman is beaten, tired, and low on chakra as she stands against the two who are after her, as she says you bastards as she pants as she wonders if this is the end for her. A man with silver hair with pink eyes says it sucks that Jashin will not have a sacrifice as the other shut up and catch her, so that we can bring her to pain, and whatever is left of her, I can turn her in for the bounty. Then they hear over my dead body. Someone kicks the Jashin follower and he is turned to stone, and the other is punched as the woman named Yujito sees a man before her. And it's Naruto. Naruto says well it seems we caught a bounty hunter who is greedy about money. The man with the green eyes says well, if it isn't it Naruto the Black Fox, the man with the biggest bounty. Naruto laughs yeah that is what happens when you're a pirate lord. But if you're thinking that you're the one getting my head. Yeah no. Naruto draws his Uzumaki katana the Leviathan Fang and says the greatest of bounty hunters have tried and have failed. Points at the man named Kakuzu, what makes you think you can? Kakuzu has a mask to attack him with himself and Naruto easily dodges it as he says really. Naruto then cuts the mask making Kakuzu growl and has his 3 other masks attack with their elements jutsus and Naruto vanished from sight and before Kakuzu knows it, the masks are cut and destroyed as Kakuzu coughs up blood and he falls to his knees as he can feel his life fading. Naruto then cuts off his head and then the Jashinist is free and he loses his head as well as Boa throws kicks his body away and Boa catches the head. Then the head screams you bitch. Boa screams and throws it into a tree as the head of the man named Haiden groans in pain as he says that funking hurts you bitch. Boa is shivering and asks how is he alive. I thought Samui was saturated about the head part. Naruto says yeah, let's see how well that immortality lasts when he gives no more sacrifices, and if he is at the bottom of the sea the head only. Yujito says wait, he might know where the hideout is. As she groans in pain. I know, that is why I am going to have his ass talk. We are getting you to Kumo or the ship. Said Naruto as he picked up the head, as the said head says, as if I would tell you where the hideout is. Try all you like, I won't talk. I can take all the pain of the world and you won't break me. He laughs. Later. Aiden is trying as he says no please. No more. As he was listening to a very kid-friendly storybook about friendship and other cheesy things. Naruto and the crew along with Yujito have powerful earplugs in as they are on the ship, as Yujito is thinking I don't know what's going on, but it must something. Samui is reading it as she has done this before to torture someone, as Haiden is begging his god to end his immortal life now as he can't take this anymore. Samui then closes the book and she removes her earplugs and asks you say something. Haiden is just crying. So will you tell us everything? Asks Samui, who still has the book, as Haiden says yes. He cries more, I will tell you everything, just no more. Samui smirks and waves her hand and the crew removes their earplugs and Samui says okay, he will tell us everything. As Boa asks what did you read anyway? Samui says that is my secret. Boa says I don't know if that should scare me or not. Naruto says I know what it is because I can read lips and trust me Boa, it works. As he looks back and he couldn't sleep for the nights that he got from reading it. Naruto shivers and Boa is scared. Naruto then says well Mr. Head, tell us everything. He picks up the head and he has a scroll that will record everything that the head will say as they go somewhere quiet. Yujito asks so, can I go home now? Samui says not until you are healed and until the Raikage comes, cause we think someone on the civilian council sold you out to the idiots that you fought. As Yujito says those sons of bitches. And held onto her side as she felt a bit of pain. As the doctor of the ship says you're not to do anything strenuous, so rest or you might reopen your wounds. Yujito says yes doctor. Eye patch. The doctor yes I know, my folks were pirates like me and ironically they named me Eye Patch even though I haven't lost an eye at all. Yujito asks, so you're the first? No, said Dr. Eye Patch. Yujito blinks with Samui says just let it be. After 45 minutes Naruto walks out with the head and he is ready to have the head sunk into the sea as he says ready to enter a whole new watery world. The head screams as Naruto wraps up the head with a weight and is about to throw it into the sea. Then he hears the Raikage, which is where is she? Yo bro chill. Said another voice, then Naruto says she is on the Black Pearl being cared for and permission to come aboard. The Raikage climbs up the gangplank and sees a dead body for Kakuza as there are broken masks on the body's back, with Raikage says well, it seem you been busy Black Fox. I about to threw his partner's head into the sea after Samui read him a story to get his funking ass to talk, says Naruto as he's still holding the talking head as Raikage's story. Naruto says don't ask. You don't want to have nightmares. I read it and I could not sleep well for a while. As he whispers to himself never going to read it again as he lets go of the head as it sinks into the waters and never to be seen again. During the falling, Haiden was cursing and yelling. They hear the gurgled scream and the Raikage asks is that head still alive? And the crew nods and he asks how. Dashinist. Said Naruto, say no more, said Raikage. The doctor tells the Raikage what Yujito can and can't do and Naruto says also I believe one of the civilian council members sold out Yujito. He hands the Raikage a copy of the recorded scroll. Raikage closes it after hearing and asks can you make a copy? That is a copy of it. I have the original. Said Naruto holding up the original scroll. Well aren't you a clever fox with Naruto, and that's why I'm a pirate lord as well able to live this long. The Raikage nods and says I will be taking Yujito. Thank you for saving her. Naruto says you're welcome and I told you I want to protect those like me. Raikage nods as he is about to go, but stops as he says just letting you know, with what you give me this will be more than weeding out the traitor of who did this. As it will allow me to call forth a Kage summit. Naruto raises a brown oh really? I didn't think it would be that serious, the Raikage says, it is serious as these monsters are threats to everyone, even those who sail the seas. As Naruto says damn. The Raikage sighs as he says, and there also something else you must know, their group, Akatsuki, their sigh, they're already gotten a couple of others like you and Yujito. What numbers? Asked Naruto, 3 and 6 of the Kurigakure. Naruto says damn it they are up to something, but that head did not know what at all as it seems he is still too new. As he slams his fist against the wall. The Raikage says true, but with this info, we might be able to combat them better. As it seems those who rely on their Biju will lose. Naruto says do what you must, I'm going to call my meeting. The Raikage is confused, who are you calling? The other pirate lords. Said Naruto, and with that, Raikage and Ko leave as Boa comes up to Naruto, are you sure? What about your quest? Naruto says we have no choice at all. The pirates of the sea must be notified at all costs. Get me the den mushi. One of the crewmen brings a snail to Naruto. Naruto dials in one number, and first he hears hello. Naruto says Shanks, I need you to pass a message to 2 other pirate lords. He hears a yawn. Do you have any idea what time it is? I'll be damn, never mind, what is it for? Don't tell me it's another raid at some Rouge Island leader thing. No, I am calling a meeting of the Brethren Court. This matter affects both people of the seas and land lovers. I need you to get Blackbeard, an Assassin's Creed's version, and Whitebeard. All pirate lords are to meet at Shipwreck Cove. Shanks wakes right up as he hears the serious voice Naruto is using, showing he is not playing around. Very well, I will get in contact with them, and we will maybe 3 or 4 days if the wind is kind enough, Shanks says, and Naruto says I understand. May the winds favor your sailing. They hang up, then Naruto contacts another. This time a woman's voice is heard. Hello. Elizabeth. It is Naruto. I need you to pass along a message. I swear to the mighty sea goddess herself, if this is another call for another round of teasing me, Naruto, I will cut off your balls. I am calling the Brethren Court to a meeting, Elizabeth Swan. I am not calling to tease you. Shouts Naruto, cutting her off. She then says, okay, so you want me to contact Will and Anne Bonny to a meeting? I can do that. It will take time to get to Shipwreck Cove if the winds are in our favor. Yes, as we need everyone for this meeting, understood. Also sorry about assuming about you teasing me. It's fine, maybe next time I will, but not today. See you and the others soon. Also, what happened to Tayuya? Asks Naruto, and Elizabeth says she turned over control to Anne Bonny as she settled down and gave you control of the Namikaze fortune, last I saw her. Naruto nods as they hang up, then Naruto orders set sail to Shipwreck Cove. The Black Pearl sets off to its course as Naruto stare into the horizon. Naruto says the smell of war and change is in the wind, and I hope we all survive this. Naruto is on his ship heading towards Shipwreck Cove, and Boa says we are almost there. Naruto nods, then someone on the crow's nest shouts, Captain, I am seeing a raft with someone on it off the port side. Naruto comes over and sees, let's go see if we can save them. They pull up alongside the raft, and 2 crew go down and get the person off the raft and bring them aboard. Naruto goes up to the person in question. It was a young woman with mint green hair and a waterfall headband. Millimeters, what is she doing out here? Some then ask, wait, wasn't the 7 Tails Biju in the waterfall village? Naruto says, what do you mean? One of them says, well, the host of the 7 has green hair and orange eyes. Naruto nods and says, so this is the container of Nanabi. But he makes sure by opening the girl's eyes that they are indeed orange. Naruto says we are taking her with us to get her to the medic bay. Then he hears, Captain, there's a ship coming. Naruto checks through the spyglass and says it's a pirate ship, alright, but I don't recognize the skull mark at all. Boa sees it's a fox. Naruto says a fox with a funked up nose. With sweat drop as the ship gets closer, soon enough everyone the Black Pearl hears Piffy. I can't find his stupid laugh, a laugh, and Naruto says that is pathetic laugh with a deadpan as he hears greetings everyone. As everyone looked up at the crow nest and saw a man, a short man with a long nose and split head looking hair and wearing very odd clothes. Naruto says, what the funk are you doing on my ship? He says, I'm Captain Foxy of the Foxy Pirates, and today you. Naruto turns away from him as he asks, does anyone know who he is? The man faces plants, and Naruto's crew says no idea. As the other, this is the first I heard of Foxy Pirates. Are they a copycat pirate crew? The man Foxy shouts, no, we are not a copycat crew, you shits are. Naruto says, oh, we are the Maelstrom Pirates. The reason I got the name Black Fox is I am as cunning as a kitsune and I have attacked from the shadows. As the crewmen as if they didn't know it all, as Boa says, to be honest, I thought that we are called that as well, Naruto, as she blushed in embarrassment. Naruto just shrugs. As the man says, will you listen now? Naruto says, oh right, I forget about you, Foxy growls, and Naruto asks, so who are you anyway, and can we wrap this up? I have somewhere to be. Foxy gets more mad, you don't know who I am, I'm Foxy. Captain of the Foxy Pirates. And we have been longer than your crew has. Yet why are we named the copycats? Don't know, spilt head. Said Naruto, and Foxy is on his hands and knees with tears. Naruto's crew laughs at that as it is funny, as Boa says he's an odd man. Naruto says agreed, and we need to get to Shipwreck Cove. So someone get this man off my ship. As he grabs Foxy by the head, then a woman comes and tries to kick Naruto, but Boa gets in the way. Naruto says alright, then he looks at the woman. She growls and shouts, let go of Oyabun. As Naruto blinks as he says, I thought his name is Foxy. Foxy says that is what my crew calls me, boss. As he is trying to get Naruto to let him go, Naruto punches him hard. It knocks him out and Naruto throws him off his ship, and Porch follows her captain as the Black Pearl heads towards Shipwreck Cove. Naruto says, why must the world have such odd people? The crew shrugs, though that lady has a rocking body, said one of the guys. Naruto says yeah, but the nose is too funking pointy. As the ship heads to its destination. Later at Shipwreck Cove. Naruto sees 2 ships, one is the Saber William Turner's ship and the Vixen Elizabeth Turner Nee Swan's ship. Naruto heads up and hears them talking, trying to figure out why Naruto called a meeting. As Naruto gets to his seat, they look at him and Naruto says, I will wait until the others get here as it concerns every one of us. Also, the Kages will be having a meeting about this as well. The two are shocked. It must be that important for the Kages to talk about the same topic as Naruto, as Will says this must be something if the Kages are having such a meeting as well. Naruto nods. I helped the Raikage get the evidence to call that Kage summit, and I called a meeting, as it just not affects the landlubbers, but us curvy dogs as well. Elizabeth says, oh yeah, it must be that bad. Naruto nods and says we will wait until the others get here to tell everyone at once. Naruto flicks a crab off the table. 30 minutes later. All the pirate lords are there and sitting in their seats. So tell us, Naruto, what is so important to call a meeting? Asks Shanks with the others nodding. Naruto says our lives and freedom are at risk with the Akatsuki still around. They are hunting down people like me, Jinchuriki. For something, I guess a weapon to bring peace or something. Blackbeard, Assassin's Creed Black Flag better than One Piece. One of Naruto's teachers asks, do you have proof? And Naruto brings out the scroll. We captured one and tortured him for this info. And rolls it toward the nearest person of the table, which is William. William reads the scroll and his eyes widen in shock as he says, are you bloody serious? This will bring about a war. Naruto nods. He was serious, but we have an advantage over the idiots. They have zero ideas about devil fruits. Whitebeard says, well, that is true. Do you think the devil fruit users will listen? Not at all, unless they want to live. We can make copies and send them around to let our allies know that war is coming. I know we don't want this, but we have no funking choice. Naruto said. Blackbeard says, if we do join this war, what will be the point? Naruto says, we are pirate lords. We command an era of men and women who are willing to brave the roughest seas. I will not let that freedom be taken from us. I am asking for help in this, as if they get all the Biju, nothing, and I mean nothing will stop the Akatsuki from destroying all our livelihood. As we are pirates, we brave the seas. So unless you want to run home and be a coward, then run home to your mothers, but I will fight. Blackbeard laughs as he says, that's what I wanted to hear. So you can count me in my armada. He draws his sword and stabs it onto the table. Naruto turns to the others, and what about the rest of you, are you in? As William says, you got me, Naruto. He stabs his sword near Blackbeard's, then his wife's sword joins, then Anne, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, then Shanks and Whitebeard has one of his crew stab a sword into the table, then Naruto's sword joins the other 6, then we fight. I will let the Raikage know. Said Naruto and the crews cheer. A couple of days later at Kumo. Naruto had gotten the news that the leader had attacked Konoha, but died shortly after. Okay, I don't understand how the leader of the Akatsuki just died. Naruto, as he's in the office, as Raikage says, well, from what I had heard, man, Pain was his name, had died though draining all of his chakras due to his eyes. What was it again? The Rinnegan. Naruto nods. The QB said yes to that as I described it, and he says those were the eyes of the Sage of Six Paths. As the Raikage says, so won't that mean the legend of the sage is true then? But it doesn't answer the question as to why. Naruto thinks on it and says, well, if I have to guess, his body was likely not capable. Now that won't make any sense. That only happens if the eyes were from someone else. The Raikage nods and asks, how did the meeting with the other pirate lords go? And Naruto says, if you make an alliance of the 5 villages, have everyone in the alliance meet you at the shore, you will all be in for a big surprise. But now I just have to get the Marines to join up. That will be harder to do. Raikage nods to that, but then back on topic about what you said, about how Pain's body wasn't capable, something you say had caused a scratch. Naruto nods. Yes, think about it, what if the eyes were transferred into his skull? That is not something that can be fixed easily. He could have also used a technique that was too much for him. As he thought about it. The Raikage nods. Agreed, it might have been. Naruto says, if that's the case, won't that mean Pain's eyes ain't his eyes and someone else with his eyes closed? Raikage says, this is not good, but the summit is soon. I hope you're wrong though. Naruto says, so am I. Later at HQ of the Marines. Naruto has been chained up for a meeting with Sengoku, who is surprised that Naruto came to him to talk in parley. Now he might be a Marine, but he respects the parley, so he had Naruto brought to him with chains on him. Well, Naruto, this is a surprise that you came here of your own free will. Said Sengoku, and Naruto says, what I have to say not only affects the pirates but the Marines as well. The other pirate lords and allies know I am coming to talk to you. So please hear what I have to say. Sengoku says, this should be good. What could it be that the great black fox had to come to me about? One talking later. Sengoku has wide eyes, and if Naruto did not have proof, then he would have not believed him, but the scroll shows the truth. Naruto, it seems you are right, this affects us all. The Marines will fight this threat, but after it is all said and done, we go back to how things were. Naruto said as the chains were removed, I understand. I thank you for helping us, Sengoku. Many lives will be saved because of this. I know Garp once teamed up with Roger, but this must be done. Sengoku though there will be won't be so willing. Naruto nods. I know, but we must do this for our families so we can go home and be with them without someone wanting to take over the world. Sengoku says I will see what I can do. Though the one I most worry about is our lavaman. Naruto nods. If he does try to kill us, then I can't promise I will leave him alive at all. That man is a monster. Sengoku sighs on that. I understand. But I hope he does not do anything stupid. And Naruto nods and says, but I have one request. Sengoku raises a brow on that. I would like Vice Admiral Garp to be our go-between and him to be with me when we meet the Kages with the combined fleets, said Naruto, and Sengoku thinks on it. Sometime later. The Kages and Mifune are on the shore looking at a large amount of fog, and the Raikage told them to come here from Naruto himself, as the other Biju containers are here, but not the 7 or 9 tails container, so Raikage, why are we here? All we are seeing is fog. Asked a 4-tailed container, says a woman with long hair and in blue clothes. If Naruto says that he has a surprise, then he won't lie at all. Said Mei Terumi. The Mizukage, as not many know, she has great admirer toward Naruto and the Raikage, and Mifune nods at that. Then something is coming out of the fog. To the Kage's shock, it is a massive fleet of marine and pirate ships heading their way with the Black Pearl leading. The dock and 2 people get off the Pearl. They are Naruto and an older marine, and they are walking up to the Kages. Mei says hello Naruto-kun as she checks out Naruto as she thinks maybe he can finally say yes. Naruto says I know what you're going to ask Mei, not now. Mei pouts and the marine laughs. Naruto says allow me to introduce Vice Admiral Garp of the Marines, the go-between Fleet Admiral Sengoku and us. As everyone sees a well-fit elder man. Garp laughs and says so these are the ones we will be fighting alongside, Naruto? And Naruto says yes Garp. Trust me when I say this about Garp, he might be old, but he is still funking strong. As Garp cracks his knuckles, Naruto then asks so what is the verdict of the Kages and the villages? The Raikage says we have seen the leader and he told us the plan. We are allies and we have the pirates and marines helping us. As Tsunade says, but it's not official yet. Naruto says it doesn't matter at all. The marines and pirates will fight. So I ask, will the Kages join in to protect the world or will you run in fear crying to your mama? So will you fight? Naruto shows a serious face on with Garp laughs. If it doesn't matter that they do or don't, all that means we are not just such things as ninjas or pirates and marines, we are now allies fighting for the same cause. Naruto nods to that and the Kages look at each other and talk, then say we will fight together. Naruto nods, then we are all united. This war will be dangerous, but we all have something worth fighting for. But I know if I die I want to die fighting. So what is the true leader's plan? A very short elderly man says wait, true leader. You mean to say the one that attacked Konoha is somehow still alive? Naruto nods. Raikage, and I had a hunch that someone was pulling the strings like a puppet master, as I told the Raikage that the user, formerly known as Pain, of the Rinnegan, I say the eyes must have been transferred. Tsunade blinks as well as the other Kages, except for Raikage, who nods. Naruto shared his theory, and it holds water. Think of Kakashi who has a Sharingan eye, right? Everyone nods to that. The man was fierce with his mastery of copying any jutsus, but he's known to be out of action for a long period of time due to him overusing his eyes, as it not truly his weight, says Tsunade, and Naruto smirk. Now you're getting it. Naruto said as Mei says if that's the cause, whose eyes do they belong to? It can't be the sage of the 6 paths, and no way would help after many years. Naruto says rumors have it that Kakashi's male teammate, who was also a student of my father's, is Obito. Uchiha. Tsunade narrows her eyes at him, and from what I learned, the body was never recovered or even found, says Tsunade. Naruto says correct. So think about it very carefully. My father had a final student named Rin Norihara. I also believe Obito had a crush on Rin. So can anyone tell me what happened to Rin? Everyone looks at each other as Mei is sweating as Tsunade says well, all I know is that Shirin dying in the last war. Why? Naruto says you had it, and think about it, if there was no body of Obito found, then he is a missing ninja of Konoha, and he was taught by a powerful warrior, well more like a former warrior, and along with someone else who had found Obito, so that he was never found. A long lost founder of Konoha maybe. As he looks at everyone who is shocked by this with Naruto says, and as to Rin. I think something happened that caused her death. Naruto asks so any guesses? As everyone looks at each but Raikage notices that Mei hasn't said much. You know something don't you? Asks the Raikage. Mei sighs. The 4th Mizukage was mind-controlled by a Sharingan, as he was able to break free sometimes, and wrote in a journal that a man with a Sharingan mind-controlled him, making him start to bloodline purge. Naruto says that's not what Raikage meant. I believe he meant that you know something that causes the death of Rin Norihara. The Mizukage said yeah, about that she died in the water country where I don't know. She looks away as Raikage says bullshit, tell us what you know Mei. Mei sighs. Okay. Sigh, the third Mizukage had a plan to catch a certain girl and place the three tails in her and made her into a bomb that shocks the Kages, while Naruto and Garp look at each other, then says together wartime rules. Tsunade says that would explain things, but Naruto says something happened. My guess Kakashi to stop Rin from killing many innocent lives, he killed Rin to keep her from being used as a living bomb. As Tsunade, but that's what we are thinking is the only way to know what happened is Kakashi. Naruto says yes, but think about Obito believed to be dead. He could go anywhere and what if he saw Kakashi killing Rin? You would be right, says an unknown voice around the room. Naruto says then how about you show yourself Obito and tell me how did I do figuring things out. Everyone sees a man with an orange mask coming through the walls like a ghost. Garp is cracking his knuckles as the masked man known as Obito says as you had figured out, I'm Obito. But the question is what are you going to do? Garp appears and Obito turns into a ghost, but to his shock, Garp hits him hard sending him through a wall, and after a few moments Obito comes back shocked and Garp laughs. Naruto that seal you put on my arm helped. Said Garp and Naruto smirks yeah, it seems in Uzumaki of the past made it to fight in uchiha like Obito. Seals can do anything, said Naruto. Obito says it makes no difference, after all everything is set in motion, and nothing can stop my plan. Naruto says, let me guess you need some ancient being for your plan to work. Who or what is it? Obito I work alone as he vanishes from everyone's sight, but still hears as my plans will begin the fourth great ninja war. But the only way to stop it is to bring me the remaining tailed beasts. Naruto asks why do you need the 9 Bijuu? It seems you don't know it all, maybe you should know. When all 9 are together, the 10 tails will return. Naruto says the reason I did not know is hello who has heard the story of the sage fighting the beast. But there is something more to the beast. The voice doesn't answer as it was a sign that Obito is gone. Naruto says then it is war. Sometime later the Kage meeting. The Kages are talking and agreeing that it is war and for a certain reason, Naruto had to come to Konoha for something. And what's the reason? Visited his mother's grave. Naruto also has her favorite flowers with him, water lilies as he walks over the graveyard. And many people in Konoha wonder who he is. But one growls and follows him as Naruto reaches the grave as he places the flowers on the gravestone of Kushina Uzumaki. Naruto then prays for his mother's soul. As he prays, the third and Tsunade walk up behind him. They are watching Naruto pray to his mother, and the third smiles and joins Naruto as he prays along with Naruto. Tsunade sighs as she does not know what to do. Naruto stops and says thank you old man also, boy, come out of the shadows now. As both see Sasuke coming out of the shadows, Tsunade says Genin Uchiha don't do anything stupid. As Sasuke says you don't tell me what to do you old bitch. Naruto asks has he always been like this? He looks at the elderly third Hokage, and he nods he has ever since Itomi killed the clan and tortured Sasuke. Naruto snorts and starts to walk away and says the boy knows nothing of the world at all. He stands in front of Sasuke and says as he grabs Sasuke by the nose with his index and middle fingers. Naruto says you are a sad strange little boy. Sasuke groans in pain as his nose is being held by Naruto. Naruto then pushes him away and he falls onto the floor growling. Sasuke says do you have any idea who I am? Naruto says yeah that you're Itomi's kid brother. Spoiled kid brother. Sasuke says you know that killer of a bitch. Naruto laughs indeed I do she meet me after I left the village and she taught me a few things and then the murder of your clan. I know something is not right at all, but you would not believe me. Sasuke growls more as he's angrier and Naruto thinks on it and might as well say it oh, and I slept with her the third bites his cheek and Sasuke charges trying to hit Naruto, but Naruto punches him with a black hand as Naruto says, I don't know what your problem is, but you need to chill or else it will get you killed. I will never understand Itomi's reasons why you would be this great redeemer of the Uchiha clan. Sasuke is sent flying into a tree and is stuck speared through a tree. As Naruto remembers that time with Itomi. Flashback a couple of months ago. Naruto is walking then is grabbed by Sasuke, you will tell me where that bitch is now. And Naruto turns to him and says I don't answer to you, I should do this world a favor. Naruto grabs Sasuke by the head. And remove you from it as you are not the strongest in the world or ever. Then he stops as he thinks on it then no, I have a better idea he holds up his other hand and more than just one seal appears on it as the hand turns into a fist and punches Sasuke's beat in his stomach. Sasuke screams as the seal is applied as the one on his stomach is covering all over Sasuke's body. Naruto then lets him go and falls to the floor, then he tries to call upon his chakra and finds out that he can't as he looks at Naruto and says what the hell did you do to me? Tsunade says yes what did you do to him? The third oh those seals, there must be the eternal chakra blocker and the other is seed destroyer. Right in one old man. He will not be able to have kids anymore along with never being able to use chakra ever again. Also, there is one more thing I need to do with him. Said Naruto, Tsunade says, and what's that? Naruto says everything that has to do with the Uchihas, their jutsus, money gotta give those who need it more than me as I have plenty. That's about it. Maybe a few photos. Sasuke is fuming and shouts like hell, I am the true Uchiha heir. And Naruto says that is where you are wrong, Itomi was never taken out of the running to be the head of the family. Now since you can't have kids anymore you are out of the running to be the clan head. As we all know the rules, the head must sire an heir. As Sasuke says, funk you. I'm the true heir. As she's a woman. And women shouldn't be the heir at all. Naruto looks at him, yeah, I don't want to hear your voice ever again. Naruto then slaps a seal on him, shutting him up forever, and Naruto says, old man, I think you will agree with me on this as the eldest is always the heir. She might be a sinner, but you know why she killed the clan. The third nods to that and Tsunade says so do I, as he informed before he entered his full-time retirement. I would have told Sasuke here, but he's too unstable to be trusted. Naruto nods, wonderful, as now I will be taking it all to Itomi, as I am not telling anyone where she is. Also, she was sick with a disease when a friend of mine was able to cure her. Tsunade says wait what? She could have come to me. And Naruto says she was on the run and the friend is a pirate Trafalgar Water D-Law. The surgeon of death. He was able to cure her and she is my lover. I will do everything to help my lovers. And he covers his ears upon hearing a scream that's too high pitches, he says, by the goddess of the sea. Is that the call of a sea hag? The third groans and Tsunade facepalms and Naruto is ready to run. Then they see a pink-haired blur who hugs Sasuke and he is trying to get her off and she says, oh Sasuke-kun, I am here for you. Now let's get you home. Then Naruto says the Uchiha compound will be leaving with me. Sakura shouts what? You can't, Sasuke is the Uchiha heir as there is no other. And Naruto says not true, my lover Itomi Uchiha is the eldest and she is allowed the inheritance. As Sakura says that's not fair. Why must she get everything that doesn't belong to her? It's all Sasuke's, all his. Naruto says as if you have any say in this, it's not like you're married to him and also don't bother to, he can't have kids anymore, sure in a way it's a shame. But I did the world a massive favor by stopping Sasuke having children, that could be the biggest spoiled brat, so yeah. Sakura roars in rage and charges at Naruto, who winds up a punch like her, but his hand is covered with shiny black metal. Then their fists meet and after 2 minutes Naruto overpowers her and she is sent flying with a very broken arm, or is it destroyed? Tsunade asks just what are you made of? As she looks at Naruto. Naruto chuckles, my girls and enemies ask me that a lot. As no matter how many times I've been shot or stabbed I can keep going. Said Naruto as a kunai stabbed him in the shoulder and Naruto looked at it and says, see? Where did this come from? They see Sasuke through it as he has murder in his eyes while he's having trouble standing. Naruto then laughs at this pathetic attempt to kill him as Sasuke can't even stand. Naruto walks up to him, so you just throw away your last chance of just walk out of here with your life, why must the former last Uchiha male be this dumb? Sasuke is glaring and Naruto says hopeful the child Itomi is carrying won't be as stupid as his or her uncle though, I'm sure Itomi won't talk about you at all. Sasuke then stops hearing about the bitch is pregnant and then the fire appears as he wants to kill Naruto even more. He was the heir, not that bitch. Then he notices that everything is slowly turning upside down, his head has left his body and he hears a thud as the body hits the ground and Sasuke gets someone grabbed him by the hair and sees Naruto. See you in hell. Said Naruto. Then Sasuke's vision fades and Naruto says well do you want this body buried or in ashes? Tsunade sighs as Sakura shouts Sasuke-kun. It is heard around the village as all three see a bloody and beaten Sakura as she is looking at Naruto with hatred. Tsunade says just turn Sasuke into ashes. Naruto nods and throws the head onto the body and goes through hand signs and unleashes a torrent of fire and Sakura shouts Nuo. But it is too late as Sasuke's body is turned to ash along with his head. Sakura crawls over after the fire is put out and there is nothing but ashes. She says what have you done? You will be hunted for this. Naruto says I am a funking pirate, I am always hunted, this is nothing new. Tsunade says, and I'm not adding any more to that, as I had declared Sasuke a traitor and was put down. Naruto chuckles, oh sneaky. I like that. Now Itomi's inheritance please. I will take it to her. As he walks to get there for Itomi, he hears Sakura screams as she charges toward Naruto with a kunai in her good hand. But Naruto stops her, sweeps her leg so they're off the ground and followed by a punch to the face, thus making her hit the ground hard. From the punch, Sakura is out cold. Naruto says I'm going now, the third said, not yet, you're not, you need everything of the Uchihas for young Itomi. And Naruto comes back and says that's what I'm doing, getting everything. The third nods and Tsunade sighs. Later at the Uchihas. Naruto is taking everything up, from every scroll to photos that Itomi would like to have and more. Naruto is whistling as he will even take the compound until he finds a hidden path. Naruto heads down and finds a table with nothing on it. Naruto then says this is what Itomi told me about, it should never be seen again, though I can't see why, but it's what she wants. He walks up to it and punches it, thus destroying it. Then as he is leaving he leaves bombs to blow the place up, and with that, Naruto leaves with everything that Itomi needs and more. Then the explosions went off, destroying the room as well, the whole compound. Naruto watching this and thinking that he might have taken the strong bombs. As Naruto had sealed up the compound while he also blew up some pictures in the room. As he leaves he sees a mob and says a mob. Yeah, I haven't been in a long time. They are civilians who tried to gain favor with Sasuke Uchiha, and they look furious. Naruto says this is pathetic. He pulls a wire, and what happens next? Well. There was a big bright flash of light. They are all on the ground, and Naruto is sitting on them as he says, this is just pathetic, you are trying to avenge the heir of the Uchiha clan when the heiress never abdicated her title. Naruto then gets up and leaves the village, but then he is stopped by Hinata as Naruto says make it quick, and Hinata hands Naruto a big box and says I did a search on you of your life here and they're all I could found, see you later. She walks off with Naruto confused. He looks at the box and opens it, and what he found are things that he had when he used to live in Konoha, but the main thing that got his eyes the most is a photo of him and his mother together smiling. Well, this is a nice surprise, said Naruto, as he puts the lid on the box and seals it away, then heads out of Konoha, as he thinks that he should thank Hinata for this at a later time. A few days later. Naruto is back in Yuzushio, and he is seeing Itomi in a maternity dress rubbing her 5-month pregnant belly. Itomi says welcome home captain as she smiles. Naruto smiles and says well my dear, I have the compound and we can combine it with this mansion. Itomi says and I take it you had a hard time. Naruto says your ex-little brother tried to say he was the heir not you, but I know how the rules work, the eldest is the heir of the family or clan. Itomi looks at him and says you killed him didn't you? And Naruto says he was getting on my nerves, sorry Itomi. Itomi smiles and gets up slowly and goes over and kisses Naruto on the lips, then after breaking the kiss she says don't care, as you're the most important man of my life than my little brother. Naruto smiles and rubs her belly, yeah, as I am the father of our little bundle of joy. With item it's well more like bundles of joy. Naruto looks at her, wait Naruto blinks, twins, you're having twins? Naruto asked, well no, more like, said Itomi as she held up 4 fingers with a smile. Naruto sits on the couch, geez I filled you up didn't I? Asked Naruto with Itomi says while blushing yes you did my beloved captain. Naruto chuckles and asks I wonder how many Sapphire is having as Sapphire is the second. Itomi says well from what she told me she is having 1. Naruto nods okay. But has this ever happened in the Uchiha clan history? Itomi shakes her head no, there hasn't been one until now. Naruto nods and rubs her belly with Itomi smiling. Both here isn't this nice as they see Robin. Naruto says all of us but one relaxing at home yet it is. Robin walks over and says so how's our heavy pregnant Uchiha princess? Itomi giggles, I am good knowing I am carrying the next generation of Uchiha and Uzumaki in me. I am happy. I just wish mom was with us. And Naruto laughs yeah if our moms were around they would be dancing around shouting about grandbabies to spoil. With a smirk with Itomi smile with a sigh you're right, they would. Hell they would rub it into their friends' faces, said Naruto as he laughed more. Itomi sits down and has her head on Naruto's shoulder. A week later. Naruto is heading to the mist as he is going to get something well more like trying to cause at the moment. Naruto sees another pirate ship as this was Bellamy. Bellamy? The crew shrugs as they heard someone was called the hyena and Naruto is thinking I don't even know the idiot. As the ship docks as Naruto gets off his ship someone comes at him fast and Naruto knows it is a male and Naruto moves out of the way. Naruto sees the man with big kukri knives and Naruto is thinking I don't have time for this bullshit. Naruto then punches Bellamy who jumped at him with his springs and sent him through the dock into the ocean water and Naruto says I have more important things to do as Bellamy's crew screams and they try and save Bellamy. Naruto walks away from this. Well his crew gets things they need with Bo watching the ship as she asks Naruto as he comes on board who are they? Don't know, don't care, said Naruto. Then he hears fast footsteps and turns to see a huge cloud of dust and they see Mei and wonder what's bringing her by. She then stops in front of Naruto panting and Naruto says evening Mizukage, what brings you on board? Mei pants out you Naruto. With Naruto says huh? And before he knows it, he gets jumped by Mei. Mei then begs Naruto please funk me I need it. Naruto says with a look in his eyes I knew if I teased you that bad, you would come begging to be funked. Mei is ready to rip off her top. Naruto throws her over his shoulder and smacks her ass, making her moan Boa I will be busy for a while. Boa says enjoy as she waves. Naruto says oh I will. As he enters his quarters. Mei is passed out with her belly swollen with cum and she is enjoying it so much as she mutters something and Naruto smirks as he is dressed and heads out of his room and resumes what he needs to do. Naruto sees the Mizukage's guards asking the crew where she is. Naruto comes up and informs them that she's sleeping in his room at the moment. He also says disturb her, and I can't guarantee that you will live to see tomorrow or sunset. With the guards don't move at all. Then the leader of the guard nods and they head out. Naruto and Ko resume working as Robin asks, so how was she? And Naruto smirks, oh she begged for it. Robin says you're just something else ain't you captain? With a smile. Naruto swats her ass making her moan you know I am with Robin blush on her face. And so their resume gets ready and so on. 3 hours later May comes out dressed and glows around her. As she has a happy aura on her. May goes up and kisses Naruto's cheek, see you later captain. Said May as she walks away with a sway in her hips as Naruto smirks with the lipstick mark on his cheek. Naruto chuckles as he is good. Then they set sails after May left the ship and they head home to make sure things were ready for the coming war. But then they see ships heading toward a pointed aim and Naruto wonders what's going on, which is why he had the ship to head back home and Naruto will follow on a rowboat. After a few hours, Naruto arrived near the docks of Aim. Naruto then sneaks around and finds out what is going on and thus he sees a massive gathering of pirates which are the Bad Patch. They are listening to Obito who is promising them so much. Naruto is thinking what a bunch of fools. Naruto knows Obito will never keep the promise and he even says the treasure of Uzushio will be theirs and the idiots cheer as Naruto is recording this and then gets the hell out of there. A few days later. Naruto and the Black Pearl are sailing as he shared the info with allies and they agree this is going to be one hell of a fight. Naruto then sees a pink ship with a swan head and says oh Alvida you joined them. As he taps his fingers. Naruto then looks through his spyglass and sees a woman with blue hair and an origami flower in her hair. Naruto thinks on it, then says well it seems that I need to remind Alvida who she belongs to. Naruto's ship heads toward it to get his woman and capture the blue-haired woman. The end. So how was this part? I hope you like it. And if you like it share this part with your friends and like the video too. And don't forget to subscribe our channel for daily awesome fanfiction. Okay it's time for me to go. Bye bye.